How do you come from a setback to a comeback? The first thing is own it. Recognize where you are. Because that's normally the phase, you remember the shock and the denial phase? That's that phase. It's a phase where you want to negotiate. Stop doing that. Own it. It happened. It happened. It happened. What do? Own it, own up. Because you can blame, you can do whatever the case may be. Recognize where you are. Then, when it happened, express your emotions. Not all of us will express our emotions in the same way. Some of us will internalize and go quiet and isolate. Some of us will want to connect more. Some of us will want to scream it out. You will have 10 athletes in your group, or you will have 3 kids at home, and not one of them will react the same way. So, are you allowed to show your emotions? So, are we allowed to show our emotions as sportsmen and women? Are we? Because you have to be tough. Man up. But what if I tell you that your emotions is energy in motion, and that energy that's in emotion is your catalyst for your comeback? That's the thing. You know, when you sit in the change room after a match that you've lost, and you say to yourself, this will not happen again. I'm done. I will make sure that I'm fitter, stronger, and play better. That emotion there is the one that's your driving force. So let it come. Let your emotions serve their purpose. Very, very important. And that's where the people around you need to give you the space to do that. But if you're going to isolate for weeks and days, you know what? I'm not going to be happy about that. But if you're going to push and prod all the time to get that person to come out of their funk, no. Can you see it's about communication? It's about opening a conversation. You cannot open a conversation with a yes and a no. How did you experience that? How do you feel about that? Get help. You're not alone. How many people have gone through that you're experiencing now? Although your experience is unique, yes. What happened? It's like people say, yes, we're all in the same boat. No, we're not all in the same boat. We're in the same storm, but we're not in the same boat. My boat is different from yours. The storm might be the same. How you're going to deal with that is different. So, but saying that, go and speak with people that's gone through it as well. Look at inspirational mentors. I don't know about you, but I've often done this. And I remember a while ago I had a talk, and there was two parents, and their daughters were with them. And the conversation opened up just to find out for them that they had similar issues when they were a child. The one fell off a motorbike and the one fell off a horse. But they both bumped their heads. So it was quite a long process of recovery. But immediately they could identify with each other. And by being able to do that, it helped a heck of a lot. And then, get help. Speak with people that, not necessarily just your parents, speak with people that can help you, that have done this, professional people, your coach, whoever. Because the professional people have seen it so many times. They've got a deeper understanding of it. And then, perspective. Whatever happens in your life, I want you to remember this well. It's never, ever, ever the situation that's the problem. It's the meaning you're going to give it. Whatever happens in your life. Now this is the thing, is you can keep on asking the question, why this happened to me? What will it take for me to overcome this? Different question, isn't it? Not so easy to ask when you're still on phase 1 of denial, is it? Can you see why it's important that you need to get through the phases? Because you're not going to ask that question in phase 1, are you? In phase 1, you're still sitting in it. You're still feeling the emotions, the raw emotions. So get through that emotions. What will it take to overcome this? Reconnect with your why. The fifth stage there is get on with it. Get on with it. Because you can keep on ruminating. Now, ruminating is a psychological term that we use when you keep on holding on to the same thought over and over. Have you ever had a song stuck in your head? And it plays over and over and over again. Have you had that? And you just can't get it out of your head. Easiest way is just play it through. That's rumination. You don't want that. It's that constant, when you think of the past, you think of that accident you made, that you think of that injury. Hockey player injures a knee. So every time she goes into a tackle, what happens? She's reluctant to go into the tackle because that's how she injured her knee. It's in this phase where you need to start. This is the phase where you pick up and where you start to look at the future, where you start to make plans. It's a phase where you start to say, okay, I get this, I'm done this, I'm letting go. This is the phase where you reconnect with your why. Because let me ask you this, as you're sitting here, all of you, do you know why you're doing what you're doing? Why do you do sport? Why do you do sport? Not why your parents want you to do sport. Why do you do sport? Do you know your why? Because only when you know your why will you be able to get through this. That's that moment when things gets tough and you know why you're doing it. It becomes so much easier. So reconnect with your why. Although we all face some kind of setback in our life, how you choose to look at it will determine the quality of your life. It is in great adversity that we grow beyond our limits and expectation. How do we grow? We grow in these difficult times. Because that's what champions do. Because you see, the thing is this, success is never owned, it's only rented. And the rent is due every day. Your success of yesterday is done. So why do I say this? You know that wave that I talked about? Sometimes you surf the wave when you're on a high, and sometimes the wave knocks you over, but the wave passes. So celebrate the good and let it go. Look at the negative, take what you can and let it go. You don't hold on to either of the two. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will shine again. Because the biggest comebacks are the result of setbacks.